Hi everyone, my name is Victoria Anderson-Gardner and I am a director and producer based out of Thunder Bay, Ontario, and I am the director for Becoming Nakuset.
And hello, I'm Taye Alvis. I'm the writer and director of When Shadows Dance at Night, and I'm a filmmaker from London, Ontario. Victoria, it's nice to see you. Um, I watched your film actually just today, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was touching. It was difficult to watch at times, but I think it's that's part of what makes it great and what makes it need to be seen. And I guess the first thing I'm wondering was, how did this story come to you? How did you find it, and how did you find Nakuset?
That's a very good question. Also, it's really nice to see you again. Me and Tay went to school together for anyone watching. So it's really nice to talk to you again. Um, so Becoming Nakuset, I actually wasn't the one who found her story. I was brought on by the producer for it, Daniel Rohr. He met Nakuset through mutuals in the Jewish community, and so he brought me onto the project because he thought that her story had to be told, but he also felt that he didn't have the right lens or like the right perspective to tell the story because he's non-indigenous. Nakuset herself, though, is such an amazing woman. And just the first time I heard about her story from Daniel, and the first time I ever got to talk to her on the phone, I could just feel the power and the like in her presence, even just through her voice. You could feel the power in her presence, and just really feel how much she's reconnected with herself within like her indigenous identity, and then just herself as a human being. You can really just feel how strong of a person she is.
I feel that a lot, and I'm glad you mentioned her voice because it made me think of the beginning of the film. I thought the way you opened it was such an interesting way to kind of launch us into that story, into that character. Because we see her breaking down. So we feel like, kind of felt like I was at the end before we got to the beginning. But yeah, I just wanted to ask you about that as well. What was that choice like to start us at that high point and then before taking us into the rest of the story?
There's a lot of discussion about using that specific piece of the story at the beginning because I had my own like reservations about it. Just because I didn't want her to come off as like this super weak person right off the bat. Um, and I remember talking back and forth with my producers about it. I was like, I don't know if this is like the right way to do it. But then um, we decided, I think, just throughout different edits of it, that that was the strongest way to start it because it definitely like draws you in a lot, but then it also is very honest in how she's trying to express her story. In regards to your film, I have not had a chance to watch it yet, but if you want to tell me, I think, about the story and the inspiration for yours, I would really like to hear about that.
Yeah. So it's based on, I'm not sure what kind of like ghost stories you grew up with on the res, but my family always told me stories about shadow people, these like, lonely souls that roam the res at night. And I heard that like a long time ago when I was a kid. But like the imagery of it always stuck with me. This idea of somebody who's not only like a lonely soul, but I was always described it as somebody who you only ever see like part of. You see like their bottom half or their top half floating. They might be missing a face or certain features, and so that's where like the idea came from. And then I had written it in, I think it was like second or third year. I wrote like a short story based on it for a class assignment, and that was I could never figure out what like the filmic story of it would be. But after writing that short, I kind of started to get these ideas flowing, and yeah, I found that I wanted to tell a story about like family and loss and forgiveness and grief, um, but using this indigenous folk tale that I grew up with. So it was a nice like marrying of the two together, and so that's where that all started.
That's actually really cool. I really want to watch it, like even more than I already did want to watch it, because I grew up with similar stories in my res too of shadow people, and
Yeah.
I don't know, no one indigenous I've seen has really made any sort of movie about that. So I think that's really interesting.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm very interested in like the, obviously like our own folklore. And I think it's, we're starting to get a bit of that more now. Like we have like Jeff Barnaby, like Dennis Golet making these like big genre indigenous films. So it's exciting. It's like an exciting time to kind of explore these stories that might not be like well known to anybody outside of the indigenous camp. And so, yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing your film. That's really exciting. Do you know when it's going to be playing?
Yeah, it's going to be playing Friday, October 22nd at the Wolf Performance Hall at 9 p.m. And yeah, you can find more information out about it at fcff.ca. You can find it out at my website, tayalvis.com, and also tayalvis at most social media. So, and when can we catch yours?
So you can watch mine on Saturday, October 23rd at 10 a.m. at the Wolf Performance Hall. You can find out more about me and the film at Go for Victoria on all social medias. I unfortunately don't have my own website, but if you Google me, you'll find a lot of things on there as well.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to it, and I want to watch your film again, and I guess I'll see you there.
Yeah, I'll see you there.